Hey and welcome to another pickups video. So like my other pickups video, there's going to be a load of games. I've already got a bunch that have arrived in the post this morning, but I am about to head off, meet up with Derryade, and we're going down to Oxford Gaming Market. It's currently, it always is 84 miles roughly from my house, so it's going to be quite a long drive. You know, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know if the venue's going to be big enough, if the event's going to be decent, anything like that. All I know is I wanted to change it up. I didn't want it to just be me sat at my computer screen showing you guys what I've brought. Like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff that is ready to be opened and shown, but we'll deal with that once we've got back from the gaming market. So yeah, I don't know where this video is going to lead, but I guess I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back from the gaming market, and as you can see, there's a slightly different backdrop. I just thought while I'm using this new camera now, I might as well give it a shot, you know, change things up a little bit. Completely disregard if you can see anything in the background that needs to be dusted off, and my poor cable management. It's late. I want to get this video done before, like, I wake up tomorrow and everybody else has done their Oxford Gaming Market videos. Before we get into the Oxford Gaming Market pickups, I want to go through a whole bunch of stuff that I picked up prior to the gaming market. And, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time on some of these. I'm hoping that the lighting will be better from this angle as well. But first off, we got Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight. Now, if you've followed the channel for a while, you'll know that this is one that I've platinumed recently, but I owned it digitally. And I thought, I saw it brand new, still in the wrapping. I thought, why not? Might as well buy it, you know, add it to the collection. I can look at it and be like, yeah, I remember getting that platinum. Next one, a game that I've had digitally for a long time, and I'd imagine most of you've got it digitally as well. We got Rocket League. You know, what you see is what you get with Rocket League. I think everybody knows exactly what Rocket League is. Next up, bear in mind all of these were vinted, every single one of these, and I'll explain a little bit in a minute. So next one, Wolfenstein 2. Yes, this is the one with the Mein Leben trophy, the platinum killer for a lot of people. Yes, it is absolutely solid, but it is doable, and I am getting itchy trigger fingers. I am considering trying it out. The next three, now these three, I'm actually like super disappointed in myself, because like I said, all of these are from Vinted, These three were all from the same seller. I got them for super cheap, so I can't really complain too much. But they're all in pretty bad condition. Case on Marvel Superheroes 2, the Lego game. Case on it isn't the greatest. We got Ninjago the movie. And then we got The Incredibles. Just 3 Lego games that I'll probably will get to at some point, but I didn't own them. I wanted to add them to the collection, but I mean, just the cases alone wouldn't have been that bad. Every single disc is absolutely scratched to high hell. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. Let's give it a test. I mean, you can see all the smudges and stuff. Like, it's horrendous. I don't know what happened to. Yeah, whatever happened to the camera, just that's because it's following my face. So if I move over here, you see what I mean? What an absolutely amazing camera. And I'll put my hands there so you can see that it's not me moving it. So the next one, PlayStation Hits Edition, one that I don't own, one that I am planning on getting to soon-ish. Uncharted Lost Legacy. Obviously platinumed Uncharted 1 on the channel not too long back. I've installed Uncharted 2 on my system. I am planning on doing that very soon with a brand new series, which I think has the potential to really kickstart something. You know, famous last words, it'll probably fall on its face. Next one, we got Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I don't really know much about this other than Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, Ubisoft. Probably a game that I would get bored of after a while. Although, you know, I did put a lot of hours into The Division, so who knows? I know it's not the same game, but who knows? And another one, I got it as part of a bundle, dead cheap. Probably will never play this in truth, because as I've said numerous times in the past, Assassin's Creed just don't do it for me anymore. But I got Unity to add to the collection. I think I'm only missing a couple of Assassin's Creeds now, and yeah. The next one, tell a lie, these next ones aren't vinted. These are all, just double checking, yes, they are all from CEX. So the first one we've got is Star Wars Battlefront, the first one. I never got the chance to play this. I really enjoyed the second one after all the controversy about the, what was it, the basically pay to win. Once all that had died down, I actually really enjoyed it. The second one, obviously, but that one I got for £3. Next up, we've got Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood. Let's put it into shot. There we go. That one was £10. Don't know if I paid too much for it, but the gameplay of it does look intriguing. You know, it's a cinematic adventure filled with action, yada yada. Your usual spiel. The next one, I remember playing this a long time ago. We got Knack, the first one. Cost me £4. Why not? Then we got Extinction. Again, no idea about this one. I've seen it a hell of a lot on the store. It's usually 99 pence or something stupid like that, which is never a good sign for a game to be decent, but I picked this one up for £5. Then we got Disgaea Complete 1, or 1 Complete. Complete being all the DLC and whatnot. I've only ever played Disgaea 5, and I didn't play it for very long in truth, so I don't know if I'm going to actually enjoy this or not. But that one cost me £18, so a little bit more expensive than everything else that I picked up. We then got Borderlands. because why not? The Handsome Collection, sorry. So I've obviously got the prequel and Borderlands 2. I mean, I really enjoy the Borderlands games. And then I got Borderlands 3 as well, which I brought day one digitally. Again, really enjoyed it. Obviously helped by the fact that I was playing with some of my friends. But yeah, I almost dropped it. I've recently watched the Borderlands movie, and I'm not going to say much. And then the last pickup before we get into the unboxing is Doom, which I was quite shocked that I didn't actually already own. I've played Doom like a lot, both the older ones, the newer ones, and I was quite shocked that I didn't already have it physically. But yeah. Okay, so now moving on to the stuff that has been delivered from elsewhere, basically from legitimate stores. Obviously all the Vinted stuff, because of the Lego games, which was like 3 of the first games I brought from Vinted, other than the last video, being such poor quality, I've kind of made sure that I check them all as and when they arrive. Everything else here has come from elsewhere, basically. You know, game. Got one from eBay, which I probably should check actually. I've got one from somewhere else. But let's get into it. I've got me trusty pocket knife. So first off, we have got, oh, that looks beautiful. We have got Tunic. Look how absolute perfect quality that is. I don't know if it's like a limited edition or a special edition. It does come with obviously the game. Be a bit disappointed if it didn't, but it does come with whatever this is. But yeah, it looks absolutely perfect. Mint condition, cardboard, no creases whatsoever. Obviously a game that is very well respected. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I am excited to give that one a try at some point in the near future. Okay, this one, I actually don't know what some of these are. I know that sounds really bad, but give me a moment to just cut in. Okay, so the next two, these are from Limited Run Games, which I've never used before. So I thought, you know what, I'll give them a shot. There was a game on there that I really wanted. And there was also a game that I'd never seen before. Thought it looked kind of quirky from the gameplay I'd seen of it. So I thought, why not? And the one that looked quirky, we've got Guts and Goals. To put it bluntly, I'm going to have to put some gameplay of this on the screen. I don't know how to describe this other than arcade, what it says on the back of the box. Arcade style soccer with beat 'em up gameplay that results in a hilarious way to play soccer. It's football, mate, but yeah, you get the gist. And then the other one, the one that I actually wanted, is River City Girls 0. Yeah, same as the other River City Girls games. Side-scrolling beat 'em up, similar style to like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Not dungeons, Double Dragon, if you're a fan of like the older style. My plan is to play all of the River City games and have a whale of a time while I do it. Right, now on to the next one. We got another company that can't be named for legal reasons. So the backstory for this one, as my camera turns with me, stop doing that, it's off-putting. The backstory of this one is I watch a couple of American streamers, well, YouTubers slash streamers, and I believe they've both got this game, but it was actually the one who was doing a stream where he was just showing off all of his recent pickups that he'd got over about a month. He goes by the name of Matt Kuo. I'll put ding him in the corner. I'll put his name down in the description. He's a proper chill guy. But one of the games he mentioned, I was basically Googling everything he was showing off and looking at the gameplay. And the one that caught my eye the most out of all of them, one of about three, but one that I could actually get in the UK very relatively easy. And it was Wizardry. Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. And it's basically, well, for starters, it's a 3D remake of the legendary Wizardry series. And yeah, dungeon crawling. So, looks good, sounds good. Yes, I remember ordering this one, and to put it bluntly, now that I've remembered this, that I ordered it, or rather now that it's here and I've now opened it, I'm probably going to start playing it. We have got Atomfall on the PS5, still in the cellophane, brand new. Looks absolutely fantastic. It looks every little bit of my style of game. You know, like a Northern England Fallout is what I've seen people kind of refer to it as. I've watched a little bit of gameplay. I watched a little bit of another YouTuber's platinum trophy run through of it. I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I turned it off after about a minute. Left a dislike. I'm joking. But yeah, it looks fantastic. And then the last one, this one was literally delivered this morning while I was driving to Oxford, and I know what this one is, and I am super stoked because I put the knife away again. In the last pickups video, there was a moment where I said I'd got a game that I'd been after for ages. Well, this one is the PS5 game that I have been after for the longest time, and it is purely because you can't get it in the UK. I mean, obviously you can get it in the UK if you use the right methods, but it was never released for PAL or for Europe. But that is Witchspring R for the PS5. It is I don't even need to look at the back to tell you what it is. I mean, I am going to hold it up though. It's very reminiscent of like the Atelier games in a sense, but it's more like cooking and crap like that. Apparently it had a mobile release initially, and it was meant to be a mobile only release, but then they made it into a console game, and it just looks fantastic. And the main character is called Pieberry. You can't get much better than that. And then the last pickup, I am just going to dip off. Hey, stop following me. I am just going to dip off camera a little bit. Oh, you can follow me. That is so off-putting. That is so off-putting. But the last one, I've already opened this. I can't even move back on my chair, so I'm going to have to turn to the side a little bit. The last thing, I'm so sorry if you can hear all this like cluttering around and stuff. I had already opened this because, well, you'll see why I would have opened it initially. But we have got, it's still in the bubble wrap. Right, the rest can go down there for a moment. But we have got a PS2 Slim. Now, the beauty about this isn't the fact that I got a PS2 Slim. It's the fact that it still runs, works perfect, and I got it off of Vinted, of all places, for £35. CEX are trying to sell this same model unboxed, only one controller, for 110, and I got it for £35. I did also order a PlayStation 1 for about £30 off the same seller, but that one failed like all its verification checks and whatnot. So unfortunately, I mean, fortunately in one sense I didn't get that one, unfortunately in another I didn't get that one. But yeah, that's it for everything up until the Oxford Gaming Market. And now we're going to look through what I picked up at the Oxford Gaming Market and a couple of shops afterwards. So on to this this lot of pickups. And to be honest, I only picked up one PS3 game in the whole of the day, the whole of Oxford Gaming Market, and then the 3 stores that we went to after Oxford Gaming Market. We've got Old School Gaming in Broyley Hill. We popped into Merry Hill CEX, and then Hidden Chest, which I believe is also classed as Broyley Hill. Could be wrong on that last one, but Old School Gaming, Alice Madness Returns, I just had to grab it. Yes, it cost me £45, but this is a game from my childhood, and this is probably one of 2 games that the moment I set my PS3 up, I am playing it. No ifs, no buts. Like, not for content, I am just playing it. But that is the first one. And then, let's put it this way, I'm going to stick with the PS4s first, and then I will switch to the PS2s and then the Mega Drives, because I know for some of you guys, you might want to see the PS4 ones and then not interested in anything else. So let's stick with the PS4s. And we got, you might have seen this on the footage that I used earlier on in the video, but I did pick up Jumanji from the Oxford Gaming Fair. I believe this was the only game I picked up from the Oxford Gaming Fair for PS4. To put it bluntly, I didn't actually buy that much from the Oxford Gaming Fair. Well, much games. I've got a fair bit that we'll get to it. Another one that I picked up, I believe this was from CEX. I could be completely wrong because it hasn't got a CEX. It has got a CEX sticker on, but not the proper one. And then it's got another. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's Pixark, not a Scooby-Doo. I'm guessing it's kind of like Ark survival, but mixed with like Minecrafty kind of thing. Okay, this one definitely CEX, and this was Sin Mora X. Not a Scooby-Doo, just looked fantastic. I'd never seen it before, and as I always say, if I see a game that I've never seen in my life, I get FOMO. I feel like I need to pick it up.
We shall take every measure, no matter how few our numbers may be.
Ito, it's Derryade. We're at the rift. Beginning descent.
Good luck, Akita. Activity in the confinement area is about what we expected. I'll make a little noise to draw their attention.
Same goes for this one, CEX as well. We got Putty Squad. Again, not a Scooby-Doo. Putty's back. Bounce, squidge and stretch your way to victory as you help Putty save his kidnapped friends over certain death. Over 100 levels, including unlockable downloadable content of stretching mayhem to overcome. Okay. And then, again, this one. Tin and Kuma, not a clue. Rock and roll, explore the world, fight the evil powers of chaos, better together. It's one player, so I don't know what it says better together. These next two, these were from Hidden Chest, and it's purely, the only reason why I picked these up is just because I know that they're considered rare. You very rarely see them, and they are Deponia Doomsday and Goodbye Deponia. Now, one of my friends, or Derryade, as I mentioned at the start of the video, he was with me. He claims, and I believe it's true, there is a third and potentially a fourth Deponia game. So I'm obviously going to be on the lookout for that one from now on. And then the last game for PS4 that I picked up, this one was from Old School Gaming as well. We have got The Princess Guide. I know that sounds absolutely thrilling and enthralling, but again, I had never seen it. The gameplay looks different. But yeah, that was definitely a FOMO piece. Derryade had actually picked it up, took it to the counter, the guy said a price, and I was like, well, if he's not having it, I'll take it. And here we are. Okay, so now on to PS2, of course, because I'd brought my PS2. I've got to start building the collection. So the first game I picked up, Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. This is a game that I've never experienced. It's the only game from Final Fantasy VII series as a whole that I've never experienced, so I had to. I hope I'm not disappointed. I have heard many a thing about it. The next one, I had to pick this one up because if you've been following the channel for a while, or at least if you've been watching, let's say the previous 3 or 4 videos that I've uploaded to the channel, you would have heard me mention this game, or at least part of the game, and I thought it was a dream. Like, well, no, I didn't think it was a dream. I was scared that I dreamt it because, well, the game is Leisure Suite Larry, Magna Cum Lord. There is a part in this game, thanks to someone that commented on a video where I mentioned it, where you have to guide a swimming bit of semen through, I'm guessing it's an anus, dodging like obstacles. I know that that's not the greatest thing in the world to think of, but it just made me laugh, and it stuck with me for years and years and years, and until that person commented on the video saying, yes, that is real, this is the game that it's on, it was that one. So I thought, why not? I'll add it back to the collection. Just right. Another one that I got, Spider-Man 2. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan. Like, don't get me wrong, I think out of all the superheroes, he's one of my favourites, but I'm just not that big into the games themselves. But when I saw this for the price that it was, I think it was about £4. £4. That actually looked like a 7 on the camera, but no, it is £4. I had to get it. Then I picked up, I believe one of these was from the gaming market and one was from Old School Gaming, but I picked up Sonic Mega Collection Plus and Sonic Gems Collection. Now, I didn't know that these, like, apparently there's a few more of these, but they have different titles on them. I actually thought that, like, they would all have, like, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3. Apparently not. This one has got Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and then it's also got some, like, Game Gear games. Whereas this one, it's like Sonic CD, Sonic R, Sonic Fighters, which I'm not going to lie, I've never even heard of Sonic Fighters before. And I call myself a Sonic fan. You wait till next video. Then, I mean, I had to grab these just because of how mint condition they were. Call of Duty Finest Hour. £5, absolutely fantastic. Call of Duty 2, the big red one, that one cost me £4, absolute mint. Complete in box as well. Both of those are, well, all of these games are. And then the OG Burnout, which I have been told is quite janky, but I love the Burnout series, so I had to get that one as well. Then we got Burnout 3. I know I'm missing 2, and is it Revenge? I know that I'm missing those, but bear with me. These are the first PS2 games I've ever brought. Well, no, not ever brought. Actually, there might be. Might be the first ever PS2 games that I've brought with my own money. And then Simpsons Road Rage. Just because, why not? I love the Simpsons games. I almost got another Simpsons game. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Hit and Run. It was something else. But the disc was scratched to high hell and the manual was ripped inside. And then the last one I picked up was Gun. And that one cost me £3. I don't know if you can see it at the top. There we go. £3. So yeah, so of course, all in all, you know, my PS2 collection has began with 11 games right there. Of course, probably won't be able to play many of them, but we'll see. And then lastly, in terms of games, I picked up some more Sega Mega Drive. So the deal with me and Sega Mega Drive is I'm only collecting games from my childhood. I did see many from the Games Fair and from the various shops that I went into afterwards, many of which I didn't pick up for various reasons. I saw Sonic 3, but it didn't have the manual. I saw Earthworm Jim, 4 copies of it. One of them had the manual, which was ripped to hell. The other 3 was like scuffed cases or didn't have the manual. Speedball 2, the case was broken. So I did leave a fair few behind, but the ones I did pick up, and I don't know if any of you will remember these, but we've got Arch Rivals. Excuse me. Basketball game, but you can like literally punch your opponent so that they drop the ball and then you go and dunk it. This one was from, these next two, sorry, were from the Oxford Gaming Festival, and I'm guessing the store that sold them to me. Decent price, in my opinion. Saw Fun Retro Games, but we got Sonic Spinball. Complete. Absolutely fantastic. I have just noticed the back of the case is a little bit scuffed. Can you see it? See ya. Oh well. It's not the most expensive. Whoa. Stay focused, mate. It's not the most expensive game, so worst case scenario, I can just replace it. I could probably sell that for about £20 anyway, so could easily make my money back. The next one is Bubsy. Don't know if any of you remember that, but it's a platformer. You collect balls of yarn, I believe it is. Then we've got 2 of my probably most played games, and I don't know why these became my most played games as a kid, but we've got Premier Manager 98. I've always loved football manager style games, always. And then this one, now every person I've spoken to does not remember it, but we've got Megalomania. This was like my first ever experience into like an RTS. I don't remember much about it other than I always lost because it was solid. But again, perfect condition, so had to pick it up. And the last game from this whole video, probably my favourite pickup out of the whole lot, Super Smash TV. Absolutely banging game. Like, it's based off of a TV show. Like, you know, you've gone onto the TV show. If you survive, you earn money and prizes. It's top-down twin stick shooter before twin sticks were a thing, I'm guessing. I don't know, I'm chatting poop. Video's gone on longer than I expected it to, but that is by far my favourite pickup of the day, if I'm honest. Can't wait to play that once more. And yeah, and then other than that, I have just got a couple of other little bits which I'm just going to quickly show off. So yeah, so the last thing that I picked up from the Oxford Gaming Festival was just some 3D printed crap, to be honest. I say crap, I think they're pretty cool. I picked up the ones that I obviously liked the look of and thought I could put them somewhere in my games room. So we start off with 2 PS4 book dividers, which obviously I'll use for game dividing, so they'll come in handy. I then also picked up a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and a PS5, although I'm not too keen on this last one, but like little signs, I'll figure a way to use those one way or another. I got a Final Fantasy VII one, which I think looks awesome. Got a little Cloud. got a little Sephiroth, because why not? You got to have them both. Da-da-da. The only game not on PlayStation that I can think of off the top of my head, which I absolutely adore, Gears of War. And then to finish off the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube. See you later.